afternoon, happy Wednesday, and welcome to our 8th episode of A Look Behind the Job Posting. I am your host, Paul Moss, and I am one of the recruitment, marketing, and sourcing coordinators here at UNC Health. In these episodes, we're going to pull back the curtain and provide you with an in-depth look at some of UNC Health's departments and open positions. As always, we have a very exciting show lined up for you today, as we'll be joined by the Medical Laboratory Supervisor of Transfusion Medical Services at UNC Medical Center in Chapel Hill. If you have any questions or feedback during the show, please throw your comments into the chat and we'll get them answered for you. Joining us now is the Medical Laboratory Supervisor of Transfusion Medicine. Please welcome Allison Meyer. Can you tell us what is transfusion medicine, and can you provide us with a little background on the laboratory?
We're also known as the blood bank. We perform all of the patient testing and preparation of blood products for transfusion. We prepare not only the most common blood product, red blood cells, but also other components such as platelets, plasma, cryo, and granulocytes more infrequently. We transfuse all ages of patients from fetuses to the elderly.
Excellent. And can you please tell us about your role as the laboratory supervisor?
Here in our lab, I supervise about 20 teammates from clinical laboratory science students who are in their senior year at our CLS program here at UNC, licensed medical technologists and specialists on a couple different shifts. I work alongside our staff in the lab on all the shifts when needed. I work with our teammates and other departments to improve processes both inside just the blood bank and between departments.
You mentioned a program for students. It was called CLS program. Is that correct?
That's right. Yep. Clinical laboratory science.
May I ask, what do you enjoy most about working in the lab?
I like that no 2 days are the same, so we're never bored. For the blood bank specifically, I really enjoy the satisfaction of knowing that we play a key role in helping save lives every day. We help moms deliver healthy babies. We help patients get a second lease on life through cancer care, organ transplants, bone marrow transplants, and traumatic injuries.
Sounds like your hands are in a lot of different areas throughout the hospital. That's excellent. What are some of the challenges your team experiences on a daily basis?
We're regularly juggling multiple tasks and having to choose which tasks require action first, like which ones are the highest priority. So sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming if we're fielding phone calls and customers at our window where we issue blood products in person, if we're evaluating blood product orders at the same time from the OR and inpatients, processing samples that might be arriving via the tube station, all while we're trying to get a little tiny syringe of blood prepared for a little baby.
How would you describe the culture on your team?
We have a really easygoing and friendly team. Teamwork is the name of our game here. It's important for something as simple as needing to swap shifts with someone or more complex patient care. We're frequently asking each other questions to make the best decisions for each patient, ensure we're following protocols. We regularly rely on each other's help to prepare just a single product, but especially when we're preparing multiple products in a hurry for a trauma patient.
What would you say makes the transfusion medicine laboratory different from other labs?
Instead of reporting lab values and numbers, patients require our services in response to the lab values provided by other labs, like when a patient's hemoglobin is low on a CBC from core lab or their coagulation values are really high. And we don't have any room for mistakes in our lab. For example, if we were to transfuse an incompatible blood product, it could be fatal. So we have a really acute attention to detail because of that.
As you're hiring, when you're thinking of an ideal candidate, can you provide us with some skills or experience needed that's not listed in the job description?
Candidates should enjoy working quickly. We really need them to have excellent critical thinking skills, enjoy a fast-paced environment because it's rarely slow here. The attention to detail that I mentioned is really important if you're in blood bank. And like I said, multitasking. Good customer service skills are also really important because we're regularly interacting with and answering questions from clinical support techs to nurses and physicians.
What advice would you give those who are considering a lab position in the blood bank?
For those that have completed a program, either the medical laboratory technician or the medical technology programs, those involve both lectures and real world experience in clinical lab rotations. So I just recommend they look back at their time throughout, particularly the clinical rotations where they're in real labs, and just decide whether or not they're comfortable making all of those decisions and knowing that one lab result could be detrimental if you make a mistake to a patient. So we have to have a good confidence in your decision-making skills too.
Now, you've told us a little bit about the blood bank, but what do you enjoy about working at UNC Medical Center?
I've enjoyed treating such a large variety of patients, such a large range of patients. We get to help patients that come from around the state and sometimes the country for bone marrow transplants or OB care. It feels good to know that we're the place patients can count on when they need complex care.
Is there anything else you'd wish to share before you go?
I just want everybody to know that it's really fun. We get along with everybody. Like I said, we're really willing to help each other out whenever you need it. And we're just excited to have new candidates on board.
Allison, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
This concludes our first season of LinkedIn Live. We're going to be taking a few months off, but we hope to be back with a few more episodes soon. Until then, remember to see yourself at UNC Health.